Hey there. Here's something that happens to me almost every day. People have a conversation with me, and during the conversation, there's what we call a problem. And then through that conversation and arising to a problem, they ask for my advice or a solution to the problem, right? So I'm a problem solver. Okay. And the reason they do that, right, is obvious. I have a higher intelligence than most of you. Not all of you, but most of you. So here's an example, and this is how sometimes it comes out. So yesterday, friends talking to me, casual conversation about his girlfriend, partner, and her spending money on a particular item. It's too much, we don't need it, why are we getting it? All those types of things are involved in it. I think it was a couch or a chair for a spare room or something. Now, these guys aren't overly rich or all that type of thing. So money's tightish. So anyway, apparently it goes that type of process. The couch is bought, it's paid for, and it's done. One party's upset. Still, here we are. Talking to me, that's the problem. And the problem seems to be, in that person's mind, is that she spends too much money. She's always spending. It's crazy. We want to save. We shouldn't save. We should be saving, but you're spending. And this sort of conversation goes on, and we've had this one before. Another example. There's another example. And there'll be more of them, right? Because next week there'll be another example of where, from his perspective, this shouldn't have been bought or was not a good idea, or why are we spending it on that? And so it's like a continuous circle, and you are in the same spot every time. Interesting, right? So as a problem solver and as a higher intellect, what's the answer? Generally, the answer is what you don't want to hear, right? Because the answer is generally you. You're the answer, right? The answer is, if you keep doing it the same way, what you're doing now in a circle, you're going to get the same result. The circle's going to keep going, right? So as a problem solver, we try to map it out for them, explain it, go over it, give you all the bits of the puzzle. 99% of this, you know yourself to a degree, right? But here we are, doing the same thing, going round and round in circles. Because I've answered this before, right? And explained it. So as a problem solver, I'm failing too. So then why ask me, right? Because I gave a solution 3 or 4 times ago. And that solution hasn't changed. It's just You haven't either. You've stayed the same. It's awesome, right? So let's say I decide that the solution is you. So that solution is complex though, isn't it? There's quite a bit in it that you need to change. That what are you spending the money on? Well, you don't spend any money. What are the decisions you're making? It means you have to change some of your decisions. No, it's only that person has to change their decisions. It's probably not true. It's more likely that you do the same thing from what they see, right? So one of us would make sense that we change, if not both. But right now you can't, because even when I map out the solution and offer you the answer, you don't follow it, or you can't follow it, because you're reluctant to change as well, or to really, really change, right? So what do I keep doing? I keep getting better at explaining myself, maybe. I look at the situation and explain it again. But all roads lead back to you. So yeah, so that's what my view is on problem solving. Most of it, if not all of it, is yourself. You don't like hearing it, but it's pretty basic. What is it? Responsibility versus blame. He's blaming his wife, his partner, no responsibility for himself, or he blames himself, still doesn't change, just blames himself. So to take responsibility, right, is generally to change. Change doesn't appear that easy, or doesn't appear that obvious, because it requires other tools, in my opinion. So that's a typical day for me, right? Is to give the same message, but in a different way. Interesting.